Yeah, yeah. I feel more confident because, I didn't go to business school. I went to law school. I've taken a lot of training programs, but no one really teaches you how to run a business unless you come from a family business or you come from a family of entrepreneurs. So EOS helps you to think in that way, to build that muscle. And so you just feel more responsible. You feel more confident. You feel safer having the EOS structures in place. We provide culturally competent community engagement, strategy and data analytics, and systems change training. We primarily work in the environmental, transportation, and energy industries. There is a through line in the work that we do because it's based in equity that touches the environmental sustainability field overall. So think environmental justice, transportation equity, climate justice. We work on these projects making sure that the communities that are impacted the most, that are underserved, underrepresented, underinvested, have a voice in the projects that impact where they live. So we were founded in 2016 and have organically grown. But when 2020 hit, we grew 400%. And you're probably wondering why such a big number. Well, everything was shut down and everyone was quarantined. There were certain businesses that were still authorized to operate, and that was development and construction. And because we work on a lot of infrastructure projects, those RFPs were still being released. Government still had to spend their money. And so we just got an influx in interest and opportunity and sales. And that's what really pushed our growth in 2020. The company was never founded to be a one-woman show, right? But when you just have a few projects, you can, spin a few plates simultaneously. But when you start getting multiple projects that require more people power, then that's where structure is critical in order to maintain the quality of work. I had to get everything that was in my head down on paper. So all of my highfalutin ideas, they stay highfalutin unless you have an integrator to say, okay, this is how this is going to work. They say a number 2, but we're really like this. The company would not run without Denise. At some point, you get to where you are running a company. And to run a company, you have to have certain components that are working in tandem, that are aligned. You have to have your flywheel. You know how you need something in your life and then it starts just popping up in just unrelated places? Well, that's what happened. I re-stumbled upon the book Traction. It had actually been given to my husband. So I picked up that book and immediately I thought, this is it. This is what we need to do. And went on the website and saw that there were different options of self-implementation versus hiring an implementer. Well, because I'm a visionary and we think, I can do this. Just show me the steps. But what happens is when you grow a company, you have to take other people's opinions into consideration and points of view. And so as we sat down to self-implement, we kept hitting a lot of roadblocks about, what is our internal mission? What is our internal vision? Who do we want to be? And the process just wasn't moving as efficiently and smooth as we wanted it to be. And so we gave it the good old, college try. And we got to a point where we knew, hey, we need someone from the outside. We need a third party to really push us through what we know is going to transform this company and take us where we needed to go. We needed an implementer. I wanted to go to the source. I knew that the most committed devotees of EOS would be at the conference. So our team member attended several workshops. He was blown away by Shea Peffly's workshop, cornered her at the end and said, please, we need you in Atlanta at our annual retreat. We would like for you to help us implement EOS. And she agreed, and less than 30 days later, she was in Atlanta. Shea has been our biggest cheerleader. She has challenged us. She has been vital to our growth and development. She has asked the tough questions. We actually don't think that we would be at the point that we are now without her guidance and her launching us on this EOS path. EOS gives you courage. It even gives you kind of like a Superman kind of X-ray vision where if something is misaligned, you can see it right away. It doesn't take you as long to figure out. We had a hiring process pre-EOS that wasn't EOS pure, and we realized we did not hire the right people. And that is an expensive mistake. So it was very tough. We followed the steps that we created through EOS, and we separated from those people based on our core values. And it was an opportunity for us to make sure that we had the right hires our next round. We have a rock star leadership team. We have learned some lessons, yes, the hard way, but when you learn it the hard way, you never forget it. When it's all new to you, it feels overwhelming. But when you start practicing, it becomes second nature, and you find yourself not only thinking about it in your business, but just in your life overall. My superpower is being the visionary of this company. And my dream is to 100% fully step into that role as it's been defined. I think that I visualize what that looks like, but I think it's even better than what I think that it is. And so EOS has allowed us to be able to create the traction, to build the infrastructure for me to be able to step 100% into my visionary role, which will catapult this company out of the stratosphere.